A man asked me for coffee today after work, and I politely told him no, and then brought myself to McAllister's, where I got this croissant, this grilled chicken sandwich, and an entire bowl of broccoli cheddar soup and a Dr. Pepper for under $25. Now, I'm not going to argue with you about how you like to date, just like I don't want you to argue with me about how I like to date. But coffee is never going to be an option for me. And just like I respect your choice to coffee, respect mine to not coffee.
What do you wear to a coffee shop cafe date? A dress and heels. So he knows you shouldn't have been going to coffee and croissants. That's what I want you to wear. A dress and some heels, overdress. So then he goes, you know what? As a matter of fact, I made reservations across the street. We're gonna go get some Japanese. I'm out of place. Wait, she don't belong here. She don't belong in here sipping on a $4, $3 cup of coffee. Okay, $5 if he let you get the mocha choker. Let me take her to a nice little lunch. Overdress, 6-inch heels, stiletto, smelling good, hair fresh, dress on, pop the tag, and walk in. Oh, we're just meeting here to go to the date. Okay. Oh yeah, we are.
And that's kind of what like the last bit of my savings and stuff from my job is going towards. And I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Take your time.
I don't know. I just worked really hard, and it just feels like I'm at like a wall right now. And to go back to save. Hi.
Welcome in, beauty.
Hi. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hold on 1 second. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yeah, I consent.
All right.
I just needed some advice. So, okay, I'm gonna try not to type. Recently, I was unexpectedly like laid off from my job, and it was a job that I really liked. It was a remote job. It was like data entry, and they just unexpectedly completely like ended my contract. And it was, right before I was gonna move. So I decided to start like my social media management business, which I already kind of do on the side a little bit. But I've been having a lot of like trouble finding clients, and I think I've pitched to like over 100 people in like a week, because this is something that happened very recently, and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn
Did
to.
you pitch for free? Are you offering free services for them?
I offer like discounts because I already have a pretty like strong portfolio, so I offer a lot of discounts. And because right now I have like no other kind of income, I pitch like my portfolio with like an email, and I kind of just cold pitch. So, and I find people on like Instagram, and I've been kind of DMing them and stuff. So I kind of did a lot to kind of refine like my cold pitch email and everything.
Someone, hold on. Kiki, Kia said, try local businesses on Google Maps. I like that idea. Local businesses.
Yeah. I am about to move to Charlotte. I've decided to use the last bit of my savings to move because I don't have the option to go home. It's just, there's no space for me kind of there. And I have tried UGC content, and I'm waiting for Join Brands to like approve because you need certifications to do it. I did try to do TikTok Shop, but they said that I needed 1,000 followers.
What about Fiverr? Everyone keeps saying Fiverr. I keep seeing Fiverr.
Let me write that down. I haven't tried Fiverr.
Yeah, Fiverr. Yeah.
And I did try SideShift, and I've applied for a lot there, but SideShift is kind of weird. No one's kind of reached back out to me because it says like it's got like a lot of applicants and stuff.
You need like
well.
Sorry, Kiki. You need a low ticket option that someone can buy into without fully investing, where they can see like what you offer, but it's not a loss, like a huge loss if they invest.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have freelance services in there. So I like offer to like make like a flyer, or I offer to make like a event post or a caption writing or things like that.
Yeah, but that's not, people do Chat GPT. That's too easy. You need something else that they need. Okay. What else do you do? Flyer? No. Caption? No.
I do like video editing and videography. So I have my camera. I also like do YouTube on the side. So I'm trying to figure out how to monetize that, because I don't like to just like kind of sit around and wait for something to happen to me. So I'm trying to do all these like different avenues.
Edit reels. They said you need something to offer in demand. Yeah. Okay. Something in demand. Like you need to get like a streamer or something. Where the streamers at? They always need editing. They need cameras. They need action. They need help. Maybe those girls.
Okay.
Guys, think about that too.
Okay.
Try to plug yourself in, with that crew.
Okay.
Also apply for a job. That's true.
I have been applying for jobs. Yeah. I've been doing both. So I've been pitching clients and also applying for jobs, because I'm not just going to sit around and wait for things. It's not really like my thing. And I've just kind of decided for the time being, like after I move, because I'm supposed to move this week, And that's kind of what like the last bit of my savings and stuff from my job is going towards, to just go get like a server job essentially, so that I do have income, but it's not like permanent. And I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Take your time.
I don't know. I just worked really hard, and it just feels like I'm at like a wall right now. And to go back to, I'm not saying like serving's like not good money and it's not good enough or anything like that, but having to just turn to that is really like kind of hard for me right now. Because you know, I like work, I put myself through college, and I'm gonna like go get my master's and all that. So I'm really frustrated. So yes, I'm so sorry. I didn't.
Okay, no, we've all been there. I've been there before. Before I blew up on social media and start making real money. I have moments like you where I was crying all the time. I promise you, I did. So it's hard at first, and then it gets easier once you find your thing, right? So just think about this is just a stepping stone right now. Okay, breathe. We're helping you out. All right, I'm going to get the job. I'm going to figure out what works for me. I'm going to try a little bit of everything while I have my job, okay?
Yeah.
It's not over until it's over. How old are you, Kiki?
I'm 26.
Girl, you're still young. Okay, you're still young. You have time.
That's what everybody tells me. I just feel like my life is moving really, really fast, and you know, 6 months comes and goes, and then it's my birthday again. So I feel like, you know, that's really.
I don't want you to focus on my birthday's coming. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be married with a dog and a job. Don't. Okay, don't. All right. Everything works out when it needs to work out. Maybe you have to go through this right now, so then when you get to the next step and the next level, you can understand why. Maybe there's something you need to learn right now. Okay. But again, I think as long as you have a plan, you said, Ash, I have my savings. I'm going to invest it here. I'm moving. I have a job. While I'm working, I'm still going to figure it out, right? So at least you have something set. Don't think 6 months down the line. Don't think 12 months down the line. Just be present. Take it day by day. Do not overwhelm yourself, because that's going to make you anxious and depressed. Okay. Take it day by day. You know what you can also think about? The holiday season is coming up. People spend a lot of money. So find out who is going to need holiday marketing, holiday reels, holiday flyers.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm writing all this down. I have
take your time. And also pitch to the audience. There's 1,600 people here. You never know who's watching. So let them know what you do and what you offer.
Okay. So I do social media management, and I offer various packages. They I'm so sorry.
Take your time. Take your time.
I start at about 400 for like my lowest package, which you don't usually see a lot of growth with, but my highest one is like almost like basically me working full time, and I charge 2,500 for that, which in my experience is pretty much like a scale for a intermediate beginner kind of vibe, because I do have experience. And I'm sorry, I'm really anxious. And I also do engagement and influencer management.
And before you talk about pricing, right? Let's not talk about pricing. If they sign up with you, what are you offering? What are they getting? At your lowest package, what are they offering? What are you offering to them? What will they get from this service? What will they get from the experience of working with you?
So at my lowest package, I offer 3 posts a week, 2 interactive stories. So kind of where you put 3 custom graphics or like reels, TikToks, anything. And I only do 1 like platform management at my lowest package. You get 2 interactive stories. So I do like voting, any kind of like making sure your engagement's up. I do basic engagement. So I respond to any kind of DM questions that you get, any kind of comments you get, because interacting with comments is really important. It shows Instagram that you use the platform. And I also we do like a monthly like marketing call to make sure our goals are like aligning and make sure that we can strategize for the next month. So I always try to work a month ahead. So right now for my client that I kind of do, it's kind of like a barter system that we have. She's my mentor for law school. For her, I just finished her September calendar, and I'm already like working on the posts and stuff for her September calendar and making sure everything's like, so I try to stay really ahead.
Okay, so this is good. You should have led with that. So basically for each month, you will create the post for creators for the entire month.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you need to start with, because we're just hearing a post every day. How does this work? So you're saying at the start, before the start of each month, you're creating content for the full month for their stories. I don't know, 3 to 4 times a week, depending how many times they need it. So they don't even have to think. They don't have to do the thinking. And in your experience, how has that engagement helped with their sales? Have they made more money each month? If so, how much dollars? How many X more dollars did they make with you on their team?
I don't know the exact amount of money that she's made extra, but I do know when it comes to the application season. So it is a mentorship program, and people apply every 6 months. I know when I first started and I first implemented my processes to help, organize the applications and stuff, we were getting maybe like 150 applications requests, and the most recent applications request and applicants, we had around 300, 350, I want to say.
Okay, so what you need is, we need stats. Exactly. We need numbers. I need to know, if I sign up with Kiki, each month her client went from 100 views in the story to 1,000 views in the story. She went from, I don't know, 5 sales to 30 sales the following month because of your marketing. That's very important. You don't need a big platform. As long as people see you have receipts, you're good at what you do. That's what matters most. Think about when people come up on this live. They said, Ash, I came up 6 months ago. Because of your advice, I lost 60 pounds. Ash, I came up 6 months ago. I cut my hair and now I'm engaged. I moved to a different city. People want to see receipts. That's what I want you to ask that client. I need you to get receipts from her and everyone you worked with. And then I need you to post those receipts on a website. Nothing too chaotic. I should be able to go on seamless. Okay, here's what's the before, here's the after. All right, here's how much, here's what's included. I'm ready.
Okay. I am working on my website. I just made a quick Canva portfolio because I was like, as soon as I found out this was happening, and then they, like, my job like locked me out of my computer essentially, like 2 weeks before my contract was supposed to end. So it was like even worse. But right before I did that, I jumped into just making a portfolio so that way I could start pitching people immediately. I am working on making and like refining my website, and I work on that kind of every day at like, oh, what's that? Oh,
okay. You need a website now, because there were 1,500 people here watching, and they probably was going to your site. Some people was asking, and what's the link? That's very important. You need that website needs to be done today. Again, this is how I want you to think. Every day you get up, Kiki, you have to be hungry. This is where I need to be. I need money. I need to get to this bag. I need to hustle. If that means I have to stay up late at night, we're staying up late at night. If I have to reach out to 100 more people, one person has to say yes. If out of 100 people, no one's saying yes, that means you have to rework how you're selling it. And don't lead with the money. Lead with the offer. This is what I'm offering for you. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, Kiki. I hope that was helpful. Please, if there's anyone here who can give Kiki advice, head to her page. Reach out to Kiki for her services. All right?
Because you have a public link that you can watch. So it's like a little video. But I definitely will get that website done today, right before
today. Not another day. Today.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're gonna thrive. Again, think in abundance. Be positive. Thoughts create things. Remember that. Okay?
Yes, I agree. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, doll. All the best.
Thank you. All the best, Kiki.
Guys, think positively, Kiki. You're gonna get that money. You're gonna get it, girl. Everything is gonna work out for you. I promise. I promise you it will. It's like, how bad do you want it, you know? You gotta hustle. You have to hustle. You have to hustle. Before I had a website, I was going door to door, store to store with my waist trainers. Before I had a website, I was going store to store. Before I had packaging, I was going to stores like Michael's and buying packaging. Okay? I was going to Target. I was going to Walmart. Anywhere that had, I would get a dozen of something, put my waist trainers in before I knew where to get it. I didn't have time to figure out, oh no, we got to get this money. Thank you, Kina. It wasn't, oh, I don't know. We got to get that bread and butter, baby. Okay, so we got to figure it out. Thank you, Tiara. If you're just starting, lower the price. Lower that price, Kiki. You need the quick coin. Thank you, Kina. Thank you. Welcome in, you guys. Like the live. Can we get to 150,000 likes? Love you guys.
Am I on here? Hi, Ashley.
Hi, welcome in.
How are you?
I'm good. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
I do.
All right,
All
well,
right. Okay, well, this is so cool because, for one, thank you for what you're doing. I've been watching you for about 2 years. This is the first time. I know I engage in the comments and stuff, but I'm always like nervous to get on here. But I'm also a content creator, so I shouldn't be, right? But anyway, I was just listening, and I would love some advice. I am a mama times three, and I'm married. I've been married for 6 years. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and so I'm a content creator as well, just to kind of like give me something to do outside of being a mom. But here recently, like I did have our third baby in January, so she's 7 months now, and I guess like I'm just trying to like get back to the Jamar that I was before children. And not really before my husband, because my husband like really helped me to honestly become the woman that I am. But I really just want to like make sure that I'm having time for myself outside of the children. I recently also like I am in therapy and stuff, but like I used to like struggle with anxiety and depression and things. So I thank God because I just recently got off of anxiety medication, and I'm able to like deal with my emotions, just by myself, I guess, and with God. But I think my biggest thing is just trying to make sure that I'm setting time aside for myself, and making sure that like I live my life. We are like on a budget, so I always hear you like give advice about like leveling up and everything, and I would love to do that, but I have to admit we are on a budget. So I would love to also have advice like just with how you can level up, but at the same time be able to keep it under a budget, and then as well just like making time for yourself as a mom of three who's a stay-at-home mom. I would love that.
So with the budget, do you have any room in the budget where you can just set aside some money for yourself? Like any money
Yeah.
for you, self-care, that kind of thing?
Yes, absolutely. My husband's very supportive with that. Like he's always like, go do what you need to do. Like, even if we don't have the money, go out and get whatever. So he's I feel like with that, like we're good where I can do that. But it feels like just recently with how life is going, and just how the world is right now, everything is so expensive. So I've started like doing like my nails, but like I'll do like press on nails, or I'll try like to do wigs and stuff like that. I do my makeup and everything. Like that's something I try to do almost every day. Like get up, do my makeup, and go take my daughter to school, and so I feel like I'm doing
So
the
what do
right
you
thing.
feel like you're missing? Because it sounds like you do your makeup, you do your nails, you have, like you said, wig options. So what do you feel like you're not doing that you need to work on?
For one, I feel like I'm very hard on myself. I think I'm very hard on myself, and I think even like definitely health. I'm working on that, like trying to make sure that I'm like losing weight and everything. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Okay, and how are you working on that? What are you doing every day?
So I recently went, well, every day trying to drink water. I try to go out on walks and stuff as much as I can, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't do it as often as I should. I did just recently start seeing like a nutritionist and a weight loss doctor. And I wanted to ask you kind of like how you felt about that with like being on weight loss supplements, because that has been a thing as well.
Okay. Well, if your doctor says that's okay for you, then I would, listen to the doctor. If he or she says that's fine, I say listen to the doctor if they think that's going to be helpful for you. But
Okay.
outside of that, I do think you need to go for walks. I do think you need to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the reasons you're not feeling 100%. Yeah, you're doing your makeup, your hair, your nails, but we also have to work on the health part too.
Yeah,
Women that can affect us.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen that. I feel like just with my moods and stuff like that, and I feel like I've got like my mind together and all that, but then I'm like, okay, now let's get the outside good, if that makes sense. Let's get the physical good.
And do you have help for the kids, or is it just you? I know you're home, but do you have help?
I do. I have my in-laws that are very supportive. They try to get the kids as much as they can, like every other weekend and stuff like that. So I feel like you know, like you said, there's not a lot that's lacking. I just feel like I'm just hard on myself is the biggest part where even when things are going well, it's like in my mind, it's like, oh, well, let's try to point out something that's not, you know? And I'm like, I don't need to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I do believe in giving ourselves grace, right? I'm all for that. But I'm also too like, well, okay, I'll give myself grace for a little bit. But if I know there's things I need to work on, not just health related, just in general, I have to do that or it's going to bother me.
Right.
You know, it's going to affect your mood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's the biggest thing for me right now is health. And I feel like that'll probably just, or hopefully that will help me to kind of just get all the way back to myself before children.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. I do think that's what it is.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to work on that. And I would love to come back on here to check in and everything. But just thank you so much and continue to do what you're doing. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye. Sending her lots of love. All the best, doll. But yes, you know, like I just told her, you can definitely give yourself grace, but you have to work on it because, you know, I know it's hard. Some things we just don't want to do. Like nobody really wants to work out every day. You know, it's not fun every day, but it's just some things you have to do so you feel your best, you look your best, you know. Every day you might not want to put yourself together, but you know when you do it, you feel better. You know, every month you may not want to pay a bill, but you know when you do it, you get to keep the roof over your head. So there's a lot of things people don't want to do. But if you want a certain lifestyle, if you want better for you, your children, your family, then there's certain decisions you have to make. Ashley, what helps you sustain your consistency? I want more. I want better. I want more and I want better. This, you know, I'm always thinking there's more to life. There's more to grow. You know, and I would say the few people that I do have around me, they are, you know, big fish. They're doing things that they need to do. They're grinding, they're hustling, they're achieving big goals. So that keeps me motivated. You know, there's so much to life. And also the thought can be too, there's people out there, and I know you guys heard this quote, who are not as qualified as you, don't have your degrees, your smarts, your know-how, and they're killing it. You know, they're making millions of dollars, multi-millions, billions. They're doing the things. They're taking risk, you know. So that's why it's also too to get around people and to have a circle of people, not just friends, to have friends you can talk to and be around, but have friends around you who are going to motivate you to push and be a better version of yourself. Okay? It's very, very important. Because I always say this, if you're not around people who remind you who you are, then you will forget. I will say that again. If you're not around people who remind you of who you are, you will forget. You will start blending in, you will start picking up their habits, and you will lose your focus. So keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind. That's why you also have to curate your feed. Make sure you're following certain people. Make sure you're around certain people. Make sure you're listening to certain things that feed your mind, remind you of your goals. That's very important.